Right, here we go then. Let's just see how this bike works, shall we? This will be the first time I've taken it out on a long ride, so everything's all okay. Let's switch the brake off because we had the brake on. That's it. Yeah, everything seems okay. Shall we put the lights on so people know that I'm around? Hang on. There we go. That's that light. And that's that light. Right. Yeah, it's looking good, isn't it? We need to work out some carrier system, don't we? Right. Okay then. Right. So where are we going? We're going to go down to the village. Right. Now we have been out just on a quick tour just up and down the road just to see how I get on, but this is the first time we've actually been out for a long ride. Yeah, it's exciting, isn't it? I think I've mastered this this steering business, because as I said earlier on, you don't lean, you just steer, which sounds simple, but it ain't, because your body goes into the I want to lean attitude rather than let's steer it. But right, so we're going to go down from the village down to the river. The river's just down here. Now the only trouble with this river, it don't have a bridge. No, so we have to go through the water. Yeah, that's what we do. We go through the ford. Yeah, that's what it's called anyway. It's a ford. It's Saturday, when? I think the 10th of August 2024. 24, my God. Doesn't time fly when you're enjoying yourself? Anyway, so that's where we're off to today. We're going to go down to the village and just see how the bike goes. Can I pedal it? Does it go uphill? Does it go downhill? I'm not quite sure what it does. Anyway, shall we go through the ford? I think we go through the ford, shall we? Yeah. But we'll slow right down. Because we don't want to get a wet foot, do we? There we go. Whee! Well, that was simple, wasn't it? Let's change down gear because we're going uphill. The best thing with this Blasi, or to pronounce it correctly, I have to say spaghetti, like Italians, you know, spaghetti, and then I can say Blasi. Yeah, the Blasi R32 is, the gears are absolutely wonderful. Yeah, they're so low and slow speed. This is more like a walking trike than a high-speed Tour de France trike, but it is good fun. Yeah, because you can go out and do nice little slow tours. And yeah, when you come like here, this bit of road here's got a bit of camber on it, so to actually ride up it, you just have to slightly lean away from the camber just to balance the trike up a little bit. But it's not a problem once you get used to it. It's like when you ride a bike, you do it second nature. Second nature, is that what it's called? I'm not sure. Anyway, let's carry on going, shall we? Now this is going to be quite a climb. This is a fair old hill we're going up here, so let's just at the bottom, let's put a bit of speed in at the bottom, and hopefully we can get all the way up without having to get off and push, because that would be embarrassing, wouldn't it? Get off and push. Yeah. Oh, the local farmers this year, I don't know if you saw the sign there on that side, we just went past it, pick your own sunflowers. Yeah, I think they're about £1 a stalk, so you know, 5 big sunflowers for a £5, it's not bad, is it? Or is it? I don't know, having never bought a sunflower before in my life. Nice stalk. So yes, this is St Peter's Road, NR22. That's what it said on the sign, and if that's what the sign says, that must be right, mustn't it? Anyway, I don't know if you noticed, but every now and again you'll see on a post or a sign, cycle route 1. Well, for those people that aren't from the UK, the UK is covered with loads of cycle routes, which aren't sort of dedicated cycle paths. They're more like this. back lanes. And cycle route 1 goes all the way from southern England all the way up to Scotland. So if you feel a bit brave and you've got a packed lunch, then there's nothing to stop you setting off. Yeah, I think it starts in Dover, somewhere Dover way, and finishes up in John O'Groats. No, not John O'Groats. Is it John O'Groats Lane? Yeah, John O'Groats. Sorry, I got confused then with John O'Groats and Land's End. Land's End is at the bottom of England, and John O'Groats is at the top of Scotland. Yeah, which is the most northerly point of the British Isles. Yeah. So why a trike and not a bicycle? Well, if you've watched some of my earlier videos, I've gone into it in a bit more detail. But the reason, yeah, see, that's a typical case there. You know, my old cycling kicked in then, and I wanted to lean. But of course, then when you lean, the bike goes the wrong way, and you nearly fall off. Which is what happened then. Nearly fell off. How can you fall off a trike? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, with this low gear, we've actually climbed this relatively steep hill. Well, it's a steep hill for Norfolk. Yeah, it's certainly gone uphill a little bit. But the beauty of going up any hill is when you get to the top, you have to go down the other side, which is wonderful, isn't it? So here we go, down the other side. There's a nice field over there of sweet corn. Morning. There we go. So North Norfolk, where's North Norfolk? Obviously if you come from the UK, you know where Norfolk is. But if you come from anywhere else in the world, and we do have people tune in from all over, it's on the east side of England. So if you look at England or the British Isles, like you normally do, and you see London there, down at the bottom on the right hand side, if you go up a little bit, there's a big bulby bit sticking out. That bulby bit is known as Anglia, which is the region, and it's split up into 2 or 3 counties. I think there's Essex, Suffolk and Norfolk, and Norfolk is at the top of that bulgy bit. Can you see it? If you have a look on the map, you'll be able to see that. And we're at a place called, well, the biggest town is Fakenham. So if you sort of find Fakenham, which is inland by about 15 miles, and we're between Fakenham and Wales next the sea. Yeah, I get told off for saying next to the sea, because it's not next to the sea, it's next the sea. Yeah, they dropped the 2 for some unknown reason. Never mind, eh? Anyway, that's the end of the narrow road, and we're going to join the main road. So now, if you can see this lamp post ahead of us here, can you see on top of it, it's got the number 1. Can you see? It says give way, and it's got 1, it's got a picture of a bike, and that's route number 1. And if you want to carry on route number 1, the National Cycle Network, it's called, you have to go down this way here, which is the way we're going. Yeah, there we go. That's brilliant, isn't it? Now when I come and start doing my bus tours, which hopefully I might do one next week, we will start from here where the bus stop is. To the left here is the old village hall. Unfortunately, a couple of young lads got in there one day and decided to learn to smoke, like you all do at 12-year-old, and I'll just show you, hang on, let's just go in. And they set fire to it. Well, accidentally apparently. They didn't do it deliberately. They just didn't put the cigarette out when they finished smoking it. And as you can see, it burnt down. Yeah, so we don't have a village hall no more, which is a great shame, because lots of things used to go on in the village hall, and we don't have one no more. So though we are fundraising, we've got quite a bit of money towards it already. I think it was insured, so hopefully they will start building a new one soon, but like most things in England, it'll take forever to do. But that's life without a wife, as they say. Now I've come up on the path. Hang on, I've got to try and get off the path and back onto the road, because you don't want somebody to tell us off that we're on the path when we should be on the road, do we? No. Nice little almshouses these are. Yeah, almshouses. They're houses that are normally run by the local church, and they're for the poor of the village, and you know, with a lot cheaper rent. It goes back to the Middle Ages, where the lord of the manor built houses for the old people, so they could stay in the village. Anyway, I think it's a charity now. There's here, just to the left-hand side, here's a wonderful wine shop. It's like a wine wholesalers, but they've actually opened up a wine shop, and they call themselves an independent wine merchant. It's got a wine bar with a terrace. Apparently it's very nice in there. I haven't managed to go in there yet, but it is on the list of many things I would like to do. I do like a drop of Merlot, yeah, or Merlot, whatever it's called. Anyway, we're still on cycle route 1, because we've got the sign in front of us and it says 1 with an arrow, but the only trouble is it should really say north or south, because you could think you're going to Scotland and you could finish up in Dover, couldn't you, if you went the wrong way. Anyway, to the, now look at that, you see, now this road has got a terrible camber on it, so really you do have to lean over, because the whole bike doesn't lean, because it's a trike. Yeah, so what you have to do, you have to lean off the saddle and not try and lean the bike. Does that make sense? Yeah, it's just something you're getting used to. So your centre of gravity, I don't know if you can see, runs that way. Can you see? Because the bike is going that way because it's following the camber of the road, and so in fact, to ride the bike, you've got to keep your weight central. So now, because the camera's gone there, I've had to go the other way. Can you see? It's quite complicated, especially for a man of my age, but we're getting there in the end. We will do, won't we? Yes, of course we do. Yeah. Anyway, that's about halfway around the ride today, so that's good. And we're in a place now called Little Walsingham. Very religious place it is. It is apparently the Catholic capital of England. There's loads of shrines there and bits and pieces, so if you're that way, I think you must already know all about it, so it's ridiculous me telling you anything about it. And if you're not Catholic, I suppose you're not really interested, so never mind. Anyway, we're going back over the river now. That was the stiff key. That was the ford we went through earlier on in the video. So, yeah. Well, I've got a car coming up behind me, so will he slow down and let me get past? I think he will. They've become very, since we had a big campaign last year by the Ministry of Transport, they've come very proactive incentive with cyclists, which what they're saying is now the priority, everybody thought the car had priority, but after this campaign last year they decided no, the car does not have priority. So the priority now on the road, on the pavement, is the pedestrian has priority. Yes, followed by the cyclist, followed by the car. So, which case, if you see a pedestrian wanting to cross the road, you have to give him priority to let him cross the road, which I suppose isn't a bad idea. But the biggest thing is about cyclists, is if you come up against a cyclist now, to overtake him, you can't just squeeze past him. Theoretically, you're meant to leave a 2-meter gap between your car and the cyclist, which, yeah, is quite easy to do on a wide road. On a narrow road, virtually impossible. Hello there. Hi. So what I tend to do, because I'm quite wide, well, you say I'm wide, I'm no wider than a cyclist really, because I'm as wide as my shoulders and the bike's as wide as me, so I tend just to pull over, because I'm not in a hurry anywhere, to be honest with you. Well, let's get back to the bike. As I said, it is a Blasi, so I don't have to say spaghetti no more. No, I've got it, Blasi R32. The beauty of this bike, which I'm sure if you've watched my videos before, is that it folds up, and therefore I can take it with me when I go out in the car or if I go on public transport. So that's good. And again, see camber, just once you learn this leaning bit, it's quite simple. It just takes a bit of getting used to learn that when you're on a camber, you don't lean the bike, you lean you. Yes, once you've done that, that's okay. So regarding the last video, John came on and said he's looking at trikes for disabled people, and yes, if a person can ride a trike, then this trike is ideal, because they can go to the town or wherever they're visiting, National Trust Place or anywhere, and they can just get this out the car, because it folds up a bit like a Brompton, which is the 2-wheel version. And if you go on YouTube, people go around the world on Bromptons, so there's no reason why you couldn't go all the way round on this bike. I wonder if anybody has done it yet. I don't know. I'll go and check on YouTube. Trike around the world. Yes. If I haven't, then I suppose I shall do it, shall I? Right. Pack a packed lunch, get the wife to make me a pack of sandwiches and a flask of tea, and we could set off, couldn't we, tomorrow? Yeah. Set off around the world on a trike. No, a bit silly that is, isn't it, at my age? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, this is about, I'm in 5th gear at the moment, and this is about top speed, which I'm not quite sure how fast it is, to be honest with you, top speed. No. Camera. What camera are we using today? Well, today, after Mr. Amazon Man, God bless Amazon, what would we do without Amazon, delivered me a chest mount, which means I could put my old GoPro, I've only got an old GoPro 5, so it's not the latest technology one. I can actually strap it to my chest, and which is what I've got here, can you see, with my hand in front, and I can cycle like that, so that's not too bad at all, is it? I don't know what the picture's like until I get home. I can have a look at it and check it out. Oh, lean that way, that's it. It is now becoming second nature. When I first rode the bike, it wasn't second nature, and of course you try to lean the whole bike and it don't work. No, you have to lean from the hip. Yes, lean from the hip. Yeah, what a good little bike it is. Do you know, I'm so pleased with this. Yeah, should I have got the one with the electric motor? No, I don't need electric motor. I'm not old enough to have an electric motor. When I get past 80, maybe I'll get one with an electric motor, shall I? Yeah, but this is absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Anyway, what we're going to do on the next ride is actually go into town with it and see what response I get from people in town. It'll be interesting. Yeah, I won't do it today because, believe it or not, it's Wells's carnival today. Yeah, so it's the highlight of the social calendar. Yeah, the highlight of the social calendar. There we are. So we're just turned down. Yeah, we'll let the car go first, and then I'll come in after the car. There we go. Look at that. That can't be bad, can it? I still haven't adjusted these gears. I did say when I last took it out on the test ride that I was going to adjust the gears, because when I get into the low gears it keeps clicking, so I presume it just wants a slight adjustment. Yeah, there we go. And up this little bit here into doors. Here we go. Well, how long was we gone out for? I'll be able to tell, wouldn't I? 10 minutes, I presume. That was quite good, wasn't it? My first trip out on the bike. It was a success. Well, I got back, so it must be a success, mustn't it? And stop. Well done. Now we'll find out the video didn't work.